Hey guys, what's up? Bryan here. Thanks for tuning in today. So the bike is up, but the actual start of winter is not here yet. You know, we've still got just a few more days before the official start of winter, but we've got a pretty decent jump on those winter mods already.
Hey.
What?
What are you doing?
I'm just kind of doing a YouTube thing I've got going right now.
I want to show you some gloves, man.
All right, what do you got to show me, dude? You've always come through with something crazy, so what do you got?
I want to show you some motorcycle gloves.
No, I don't wear gloves. That's not really, I've never have. You know, it's just never been my thing. Just never really cared for them. You know, it's already too hot when I'm riding. I got that bike below me radiating heat. Hands start sweating in them and everything. It's just not that fun.
But these are winter gloves.
But I don't ride in the winter. It's not going to help me at all.
Well, why don't you ride in the winter?
It's just too cold. You know, my hands get to freezing. I see where you're going with this.
Exactly. Here, try these out.
Guess we're going for a winter ride, guys. Let's go test these out.
So I was actually contacted by a company called Kemimoto, and they wanted to send me a pair of gloves to review on my channel. So I don't ride in winter. You guys know how I am. Once it hits 50 degrees, my bike goes up, and I had already figured, you know what, I was done riding this winter, and I ripped my bike down, but I thought, there are a lot of you guys that do ride in the winter, and this video might be able to help some of you guys out. So I went ahead and I had them send me a set of gloves to review for you guys. Now, you can't do a proper motorcycle review with gloves, winter weather gloves, without getting out and actually riding around. So I jumped on the bike, I've suited up, I've got all kinds of layers of clothes on, and I'm riding around so that I could test these gloves out for you guys. Now, I've got to tell you, I wish I had a few more layers on my body, but my hands are toasted. I've been out riding probably about 45 minutes or so now, and man, these gloves, they're keeping my hands nice and warm. You know, a few other good features that they have about them, they've got the knuckle guard on them as well, so that's always nice. You know, you don't want to wreck and have any kind of damage happen to your hands, so that's always good to have. And another good option that they have is they are waterproof, and the bottom actually has a grip layer so that they don't slip from your hand grips whenever you're riding. And that's another problem that I tend to have with gloves is, you know, when it gets wet especially, they don't want to hold on to anything, you know, especially if you get these, you know, metal grips. They don't really, you know, they just don't have any kind of grip to them. So these gloves actually have that nice grip on them so that they don't, you know, they don't slip at all. Now, another good option that these gloves come with is the touch screen ability with the fingertips. The fingertips actually still allow you to use a touch screen on your cell phone or tablet or whatever with the gloves on. So that's always nice to have, especially when you're riding around in the winter. You don't want to stop, pull off your gloves, pull out your phone just to, you know, be able to use it. So if you've got your phone mounted on your bars like I do a lot of times, you're still able to use that touch screen with these gloves on. Now guys, like I said, I've been riding around for about 45 minutes to an hour now. Let's go home, let's take these gloves off, and let's show them just a little bit closer to you guys.
All right, a little bit warmer in here, so let's go ahead and check these gloves out. Now they do have a lot of really cool features that actually come with these gloves. Now, like I was saying actually on the ride, they have the knuckle guard that's on the outside. Now it is like a PVC plastic, and it's not super stiff. You know, it's actually just a little bit flexible so that, you know, you can actually move your hands with that grip inside of it. Now, another thing that they've got on these gloves is the grip on the palms, and that is a big thing for me because I don't like how when your gloves seem to get wet, they don't want to stick to anything. You know, they just kind of slip and slide on everything. So these grips actually feel like they've got a decent grip to them. And they are actually waterproof and windproof as well. Now, personally, I don't ride in the rain, so I haven't gone out to try and test them in the rain, but they do say that they're not submersible waterproof. So I'm not gonna take them and stick my hand in a bucket and try to tell you that they're waterproof that way or anything like that. But supposedly when they're out in the rain, they do stay waterproof. Now it does actually have reflective parts on the glove as well. So hopefully when you're out riding at night, drivers will be able to see you. Now the inside of this glove actually has a decent little lining, and from what I understand, there's 3 different parts to it. There is the part that's the inner part that actually keeps you warm, the waterproof part, and then the outer shell. Now another thing that I love about these gloves is the touch screen ability. I love the fact that I don't have to take off my gloves in the middle of a ride to be able to still use my touchscreen on my phone. Now, there is one thing that I did notice, and I don't know if it's maybe because the fingers on these gloves actually still seem a little bit long. It seemed like I had to press just a little bit harder on that screen than I liked, but it still worked. I actually got a different set of gloves, and the fingertips on them didn't work for the touchscreen at all. So, you know, these ones do actually work, but like I said, it seemed like I had to press just a little bit harder than I thought I would. But to me, that's completely fine. I would much rather press hard on the phone and not have to take off my gloves than to have to take off my gloves and actually be able to use it. Now, they do actually have a drawstring on the back as well to kind of tighten around, and these are gauntlet style gloves, so they will actually go up past your cuffs. Now, I went and did a little research on these gloves myself, and I came up with a website called bestreviews.com, I think it was, and they actually rated these gloves as the number 7 winter glove of 2019. And on Amazon, they've actually got 4-star reviews. So they've got pretty good reviews. Now, like I said, me personally, I don't really use gloves that much. So I wanted to do this review for you guys. So if you guys are actually in the market for gloves, check these out. You know, they actually did really well for me when I was out riding. They kept my hands nice and warm. Now, I am going to leave a link to these gloves in the description below, so be sure to check that out. And they're supposed to give me a code, so be sure to check in that description for the code too, so that you guys can save a little bit more money as well. Now, these gloves come in right at about $25 to $30, so they're right in line with most of the other motorcycle gloves that are out there. And these are the 2019 version. If you actually look on Amazon, they have a older version, but these are going to be just a little bit more expensive, and they are just a little bit upgraded. And when you do actually go to purchase these gloves, they have a sizing chart so that you can measure your hand. Now, one problem that I ran into is it's in centimeters. I'm American, I use inches. I worked construction a very long time. Inches are just embedded in my brain, and centimeters, I don't understand them. So, you know, if you're like me, then you might need a little bit of help. And I had to actually measure with inches and then convert it on Google. So that's an option as well. But like I said, they do run just a little bit small. So if you wear like a medium or a large normally, you probably want to jump up a size. And I've even read on some of the reviews that people were jumping up 2 to 3 sizes. So now, me personally, I'm not a big winter rider. So these gloves aren't going to be doing me a whole lot of good. I like to take that winter time to actually get to working on my bike, modding it up, and getting it ready for the next riding season. So I'm actually going to be giving these gloves away to one of you guys. So I'm going to figure out exactly how I want to do this and everything. They are a size large. Like I said, they run just a little bit small. So if you've got extremely large hands, you know, these aren't going to be fitting for you. So, you know, hopefully we can get something else, you know, later on to, you know, go for everybody rather than just one size hand people. But I am going to give these away, and I will figure out exactly how I'm going to do that here in the next couple weeks. So be sure to be watching for that. Now, next week, I'm actually going to be getting in and lowering that bike, and it's going to drop that stance a little bit and hopefully give that bike just a little bit meaner of a look. Now guys, be sure to like and share this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, scroll down, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, get notified to all my videos as soon as they come out. Guys, other than that, we'll see you next time.